All right, guys. Then we're going to react to both Cincinnati Bengals, La'el Collins, and Sam Hubbard's interview today. They interviewed both of them and talked to them about the offseason, OTAs. Obviously, Collins more about his injuries and how he's healing on his process of recovery. So let's go ahead and listen up. 1 second.
Table for a return yet? I mean, do you have anything?
I mean, I can't give you a timetable. You know, I'm not the guy that makes the ultimate decision. But at the end of the day, you know, I feel like if I had to play today, I go put a brace on it. I can go to work. I know my knee is locked in and stable. Dr. Ella Trash is the best in the business, and I feel great.
So what kind of things have you been doing over the last couple of weeks in terms of, you know, your workouts? Like, where are you in that process?
Yeah, man, it's a grind, you know, each and every day. You know, I get up, come to work. I'm between here and Dallas a little bit, but now I'm here doing everything with Nick and Dan and Matt, all those guys. You know, they're doing a great job with me, and it's been going great. I'm real good.
Health-wise, outside of the knee, obviously you played through a bunch of stuff last year. How do you feel outside of the knee physically?
Man, that's a great question. You know, this is probably the best I felt this offseason. It's probably the first offseason I felt as good as I really feel, you know, just as a whole, you know, as my body. I did a few checkups on a few things, obviously, and everything looks better than it did before. So, you know, I'm super excited to go into the season, you know, knowing how I feel as a whole. You know.
How hard was that to deal with mentally, knowing how good you were playing, how good the team was playing, and that close to the playoffs, having that happen?
That was tough, you know, just knowing I wasn't able to be there for those guys in the playoffs and everything like that. You know, to me personally, I feel like, you know, with myself in there and, you know, with us healthy as a group, I think we go all the way, and I think we accomplish what we want to accomplish. But, hey, we got another shot at it. We're fortunate enough to be together for another year here. So, you know, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited for what we have to offer. I'm excited to see what Frank brings out of the group, and which, you know, for me, every group I've been around with Frank has been nothing but the best. So I'm excited about that.
What was your reaction like when they got Orlando free agency?
Man, that was definitely a big surprise when you see a type of caliber player, you know, like Orlando, you know, out there. I mean, I just think about, you know, what it does for us, you know, as a team in the run game. Oh, my God, it's just, I mean, you pick which side you want to run the ball, left or right. And, you know, I'm just looking forward to that, you know, and with them being right here on side of me, you know, we're going to be able to talk a lot of ball and just kind of, you know, just we already been doing it, so, you know, it's exciting.
How do you feel like last season went as a whole for you, obviously before the injury?
Say?
How do you feel like last season went as a whole before the injury for you?
Well, you know, for me, man, you know, I didn't go into the season healthy at all. You know, I just played through it. So for me, that's why I say, you know, right now, you know, with everything that we have moving forward with rehab and everything too, I know I'm going to go into this season a whole lot healthier than I was last year. So yeah, I think it's going to be night and day.
I don't want to speak for you, but it sounds like you expect yourself to be ready week one. Is that fair for you, a goal that you have, obviously?
Man, that's all left to the man upstairs, you know. So I'm going to leave that in his hands. I just know that each and every day that I wake up, I feel stronger and I'm doing something that I wasn't doing the day before. I will say this. At the end of my workout last week, I was able to take some pass sets. So, hey, that felt good.
You feel like you're ahead of schedule then in the rehab LC?
No doubt about it. You know it. Ain't no doubt about it, Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right.
So you've been doing rehab work in Dallas. So it would have been easy to stay there. Why was it important to you to come back now for this voluntary?
Well, see, for me, you know, I did my first 2 months of rehab out in L.A. with Dr. Ella Trash, and then I came here, and then I went to Dallas because I had a few things to do back there, and then now I'm able to be here, and I mean, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else, you know, with the guys in the locker room, you know, and building that camaraderie. This is where it starts, you know. This is when the championship runs. This is where it all starts, right here, you know, building that camaraderie, building that team bonding, and we got a great locker room. I mean, I know people say, you know, it might not have the fanciest locker room, but we got great people in this locker room, and I wouldn't change that for anything.
It's interesting to hear you say you'll feel like you'll be healthier going into next year, considering you're coming off major knee surgery. It's interesting that that's
absolutely. It's all in your mind. You know, it's all in your mental. You know, the physical part, I feel like as long as I keep doing what I got to do each and every day, trusting Nick and seeing what he did with Joe and seeing what he's doing with Cheeto and all these guys, all the guys before me. I mean, I have no doubt but to be confident about it.
What's the next level like for this offensive line? You feel like that can only hit?
Man, you know, it's a whole nother level. You know, I mean, really, I don't want to speak on it, you know, but I just want to say that it's a whole nother level to this group. And, you know, you get to see guys like Cardell Volson come in year 2 after already having a phenomenal rookie season. You know, a young guy to get thrown in there like that and deliver the way he did, you know, I can't be more proud of him. So I'm excited to see, you know, what we look like as a whole.
Scale of 1 to 10, where's your interest level to see who they draft Thursday night at 28?
Man, I'm just excited to see I know whoever it is, they're gonna help this team. You know, I know they're gonna be able to help this team day one, because that's why you draft guys in the first round. So I'm looking forward to that.
What advice do you have for the guys coming in this weekend?
Oh man, hey, I think when you just look at the Bengals over the last year or two, that kind of gives you everything you need to know. You know, but obviously as a vet, you know, going into my 9th year here, you know, I would like to say, you know, obviously for me, I like to talk to the guys and, you know, anything they need help with, whatever. You know, I done kind of been through a lot of the ebbs and flows, you know, so I just try to give guys advice and knowledge on different things of how to handle themselves and stuff like that. So
it's probably intimidating being a rookie coming into a team that, you know, went back-to-back AFC Championship games. They've got a lot to prove. Like, how do you make a guy kind of feel comfortable on that day one?
I mean, day one guys, it's already in them. It's already in them that, you know, you don't have to get them ready. They're always ready. You know that for sure.
Do you feel like you need to be ready as quickly as possible because of the expectation level for the team?
I know either way it goes, you know, I'm just going to do everything I got to do to make sure that I'm preparing myself to be ready for whenever they need me or whatever the case may be. You know, one thing I know about this staff and I know about, you know, the Duke and everybody around here, they know how to put a football team together, and they've shown it. And, you know, I'm very confident in that, very confident in that. It's just little things you do every day, you know, it'd be the smallest thing. Those things start to add up, and I just started to see how my knee feels every day just walking around. I mean, I literally feel like I can run. I feel that good, you know, so I'm just taking it one day at a time, though. Just taking it one day at a time.
The next big challenge will be that first contact and all that. Are you looking forward to that day where you go hit somebody and see how that knee feels after?
That's my favorite part, you know. That's the easy part, Dave. You know, you played online. So, I'm looking forward to it. You know, obviously it's going to be a new challenge with the knee. But, I mean, I'm able to move weight around already. I'm able to do certain things already. So, man, I'm extremely excited. I mean, when I see guys like Joe out there running around, knowing we went to the same doctor, and Cheeto jumping on boxes already, like, nah, the ligaments, they locked in, everything is sold in. All I got to do is continue to put the work in. That's it.
There's also some other guys like, you know, Jackson and some of those young guys that are going to be competing. Do you feel like you still have the confidence of the coaching staff?
Oh, man, they know me. They know what I could do, and there's no doubt about it. That's why they brought me here. I mean, when you just look at our group, we're talented, but that's the type of culture that Frank brings in, and that's why I chose to come here, because it makes, you know, for one, we're as one. You know, we're not 5 individual guys. We go out there and we play as one, and I wouldn't want to be in any other type of culture. Plus, you look at Jackson, you look at Deontay Smith, you look at all these guys that we have. I mean, they all have the ability, they all have the want to, you know, so they continue to grow around great vets and around great guys that come to work and do the things they're supposed to do. So those guys are going to be fine. Fine.
You think potentially this could be the deepest offensive line you've ever played with?
I mean, how good does that sound, huh? You know.
I'm just so conflicted by this whole thing. Because to me, and again, this is my personal opinion, it feels like he knows since he could take a right tackle in the first round. And if they take a right tackle in the first round, he's done. I mean, it's not even a sugarcoating that Collins is done if they draft a first round right tackle, because the expectations is that right tackle now is the guy for the foreseeable future, right? And then you have Jackson Carman, who would be the backup. Collins costs way too much. Jonah Williams costs way too much. We just saw Zach Taylor in the last video talk about how he believes that Cody Ford will compete for right tackle. So there's odd mans out there, and there's $21 million between two players, Jonah Williams and Collins. So I feel like all of this talk is really him coming out and saying, listen, like, I'm good. Please don't take a right tackle in the first round. Please don't draft my replacement. And I feel like that's all this is. Because he said that he could put a brace on today and go out and play. And I think the reporters really homed in on the craziness of that statement, saying, you just came off of leg surgery. Are you sure you could put a brace on that and play today? Like, it is crazy to say he could play by week 1 of the season. Right now, before all this came out, they were projecting him from week 4 to week 6 of the season. So either the PUP list, maybe up to week 8 of the season, in all honesty. But week 4 to week 6 to week 8. Now he's saying, I could put a brace on it today and play. Which is, according to what I understand, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a football player. Only person who knows his body is him and his doctor. But based on what I've heard from NFL players and NFL doctors, that is really crazy if he did happen to play today, let alone by week 1. So I think this might be a lot of, listen, please don't drop him a replacement. I'm ready to go, Cincy, because he knows if he gets past this draft, then all he's competing with is Jackson Carman, Jonah Williams, and a right tackle, possibly Cody Ford. If, he's not ready, well, then he might be competing with a first-round draft pick. And they're not going to take a guy in the first round and expect him to sit on the bench and be a nothing for 4 years while Collins remains the starter. They take a first-round right tackle. That's with the expectations that, yes, Collins, you're done. Let's go ahead and listen up to Sam Hubbard.
What's up? You good, Shot?
What up, Gene?
What was the process for you on draft day? Just waiting. What was the anxiety, anxious? What was the feelings like for you?
Yeah, it's a tough day for everybody, but as soon as you get a phone call, it's much better. I think I was pretty sure I wasn't going to go the first day, but as the names keep coming on day 2, I just kept getting more and more nervous out there at Queen City Radio in OTR. But I'm excited for these guys to get their shot.
What were your emotions on that day? I mean,
you just got your whole family, all your friends around you. Everybody's looking at you, and you're just trying not to show any emotion, but you definitely are going through it. Just staying positive, upbeat for all your friends and family, and then whenever something does happen, they got your back. So it's a special day for all these guys.
I take it was worth the wait.
Big time. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, that's what Marvin actually said to me. I actually saw Marvin 2 weeks ago out in Arizona. He's doing well.
Major facelift on the defense in the back end with Vaughn and Jesse. I guess not a facelift. I guess maybe a nose job, or whatever.
Whatever you say.
Vaughn and Jesse leaving. How does that impact you guys? Two guys that are
new guys.
Yeah. Well, losing those guys.
Oh yeah.
Those guys. How does that impact you?
Yeah, no, it's a tough loss, no doubt. Those guys were special players, special teammates, still good friends, and I wish them all the best. They got great opportunities, but we got some great guys coming up behind us that I'm excited to get to know during this off-season program and spend some time with them.
What's Dax do for you?
He's a physical player. He plays fast, and I think the game slowed down for him in his first year, and now it's time for him to take that step, and I think he's ready for it.
What advice do you have for the guys who are taking on day 2 when they're coming into the building?
It doesn't matter. I mean, I was glad that I went day 2 just because you're going to get a lot of opportunities, but you're also not going to be dealing with so many eyes, so much pressure. I just like being in a underdog position, and day 2 guys, day 3 guys, they really got a chip on their shoulder, but realistically, they all come in here and nobody cares where they got drafted. It's all the same to us. You are what you prove in the locker room.
You've probably done some traveling a little bit, I would imagine. Has anybody surprised you? Have you heard from anybody unique who talked about your play in the playoffs, the 98-yarder? Have you run into anybody that kind of surprised you who knew about it or mentioned it?
Yeah, I think football fans all recognize me. I was in Arizona. I got a bunch of love for it there. It kind of was a national thing and being in the playoffs and all that. So, it was definitely good to get my name out there in that way.
Hear from anybody more famous than you?
I don't even know how that scale, where the famous scale lines up on the Hobson famous level.
It's pretty low. So I gotta.
No, I got nobody specific, but it's been cool.
You mentioned the emotion of trying to keep it all together until you get that phone call. What do you remember emotionally about when you actually did get the phone call, when you heard from Marvin? What were you feeling?
I was just, as soon as I heard the team, I couldn't hear a single thing they said. I was just hearing the crowd behind me, trying to get a word or two off, and they always hang up and call back once it calms down and actually tell you where to be, what time, and all that. But, just emotions.
Will you be watching on Thursday?
Yeah, for sure. I enjoy watching the draft. I'm a football fan too, so it's fun to see.
I'm not asking your preferences, but when they're on the clock, do you think you'll have a guy in mind that they should take?
Oh, no. I'm not that deep in the evaluation process, but I trust what the guys upstairs are doing.
Not meeting with Duke?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
There's another local kid, Michael Mayer. Oh, go ahead.
You mentioned meeting guys like in the offseason program, have gone against Orlando Brown multiple times to play with him. What's that kind of like? Have you kind of talked to him about that? Like, what did you think of his game overall?
Yeah, we've been playing each other since Ohio State, Oklahoma for a long, long time. And I think we got a mutual respect for each other, and it's going to be, great to have that dominant presence on the offensive line, because I've seen it for years how he plays, and I personally have a lot of respect for him. And I'm excited to get to work against him and with him.
It's kind of cool that you guys were both third-round picks the same year, and now you're playing together. Like, you guys talked about kind of that process, being together.
Today was our first day together, actually. I just briefly intros, but, we all know what we've been through, and I think he's also got that chip on his shoulder. And, third-round guys, day 2 guys, stick together.
There's another local kid, Michael Mayer, who's going through the same process from here and everything. He's being talked about as a potential pick. What kind of advice would you have for him if he is drafted by you guys in the first round? Just playing for the hometown team, having that whole angle going for you.
Yeah, I know the Roback guys also worked with him. Said he's a fantastic kid, great person on and off the field. I would just say come in and earn your stripes. It's you're going to have a little bit more pressure, but you just cancel that out. And the way you deal with that pressure is just by going to work, and you don't have to do anything other than what the coaches and Joe tell him to do. So, and play extremely hard. And it's pretty sure he's capable of doing that. So to him and whoever it is.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And again, I love Sam Hubbard, man. Sam Hubbard, T, Burrow, top 3 Bengals for me. Absolutely top 3 Bengals for me. I gotta lie, there are some other Bengals I'm starting to be like, okay, maybe they're gonna be in the top 10 list, okay? But again, like I said before, gonna be excited for this season. But it really we'll figure out a lot of answers on Thursday. I will be live on Thursday, breaking down the draft, talking about the draft. We'll be live with the picks. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.